Hi, I'm Sherry from Whole Circle Studio, and welcome to the Starry Signs Block of the Month and Quilt Sew Along. This month, we're going to foundation paper piece our 12th Starry Signs block, the Sagittarius Constellation. And this one is my favorite because I'm a Sagittarius. We did it. We're ready to piece our last block, and you'll be ready to assemble your Starry Signs quilt top once you finish this block. I included all of the fabric requirements, cutting diagrams, instructions, and tips for assembling the quilt tops in the Starry Signs Assembly Instructions PDF. As you're joining your blocks, be sure to pay special attention to the steps so that you don't find yourself having to deal with partial seams when joining the blocks. Also, in the block patterns and assembly instructions, I share when I like to remove the paper. Here are a few of my favorite paper removal tips. If you used a thin paper like this newsprint here, I'll link to it below, along with a short stitch length like a 1.5, removing paper after foundation paper piecing should be pretty easy. Even if I used a slightly thicker paper or a longer stitch length, these tips should be helpful. When I'm ready to remove all the paper, here's how I approach it. First of all, be patient. I like to put something fun to watch and grab my favorite beverage. Also, a pair of tweezers makes it really easy to get all those smaller pieces of paper out. Good tweezers can make all the difference. I'll link to my favorite tweezers below. I like to start removing the paper at the perimeter of the block and then work in. I also find it easier to sometimes take my tweezers and kind of run down the edge. Sometimes this technique works a little bit better in other areas than others. You'll also want to make sure that you check those seam allowances and get all of that paper out. Another technique I use is kind of a popping, and it's like sort of popping out, where I'll just kind of do this. Sometimes that works better, like if I wanted to start in the middle, kind of pops it out. Again, just play around with these different techniques and see what works best for you. If I'm finding that some of the smaller pieces are a little bit more challenging to get out, I like to use a water pen. This is a tool that's used for watercolor painting, and you can easily refill it with tap water. So the way this works is I just take off the top, and there's a water reservoir that I can refill in here, and I kind of squeeze it a little bit, and I just brush it on the seam. Again, I use this mostly for smaller sections. You could wait a few minutes, or usually I'm impatient and do it right away, and that helps release the paper a little bit, especially if I use some glue. So I find the water pen with some tweezers. I also have some really fine tip tweezers. I just have to be careful with these not to poke through the fabric. So while the goal is to try to remove all the paper, I don't worry about super teeny tiny crumbs that might be there. I can always go back and kind of use my finger and get them off. I know that I probably have some quilts where I've missed a section of paper here or there and it's embedded in the quilting. And while I try to get all the paper out, I don't sweat it too much. Try to remember to look inside where all these seam allowances are and make sure you get these out. Once all the paper is removed, I go ahead and I give my block another good press from both the front side and the back side to make sure that it'll lay nice and flat. Your block after the paper is out will be much closer to your desired size, since paper tends to take up a little bit of a room in our seam allowance. Also, I find that when I'm doing one last press from the back side, that's when some of the rogue paper is often revealed. Happy pressing and paper removal. I can't wait to see your final blocks and quilts come together. Thanks again for being here and sewing along with us throughout the Starry Signs Sew Along. I've loved seeing your progress, so be sure to continue to share. Email me high-res photos of your blocks and your quilt so I could share it in our online gallery. My email address can be found on the patterns. Or share your photos on social media. Just be sure to tag me so I don't miss your posts. If you enjoyed these videos, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new tutorial from me in the future. Happy sewing and quilting!